What's up, guys? This is Justin from the Board Game Losers, and we're back with this playthrough in a little bit of a, we'll call it a development. So I've actually done, about an hour and a half. I filmed not too long ago. I'll have to roll these. And I was listening back through it because I was coming back to continue it, and I realized that the garbage was absolute audio was absolute garbage for like the first half of it because I did not pay attention, and there were two audio mics that were on, so it was like a constant echo, and unfortunately there's no way for me to fix that, which really sucks. So in order to get clean audio, I have opted to restart. Sucks so bad, y'all. To restart and play this thing through. Now, I guess on the plus side, it was a good pre-run through. I didn't get very far. I only got 2 rooms in, something like that. 2.5. But it did give me a chance to play with the characters a little bit to try to maybe play with them a little bit better and make more effective use of their skills and abilities. So, I don't know, I guess he's a scaredy. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try this again, and we're going to see what happens. Just as a quick review, I did randomly choose to start here. And we went over all of the stuff we had last time, so I won't go back over everybody's things. But the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to roll all of our altar dice. All right, do that initial roll. Let's see what we got. Okay. A little bit of everything. I'm going to kind of keep everything on screen here, or try to, in like the rooms we're not using, just to make it a little bit easier for us to see, and maybe keep from having to do as much switching back and forth so far as the camera work. So, cool. So let's just get started. So I think to begin with, as far as which direction I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go in here and then maybe cut up into this room. I mean, I think one of the things that I've learned in playing this is that I really want to kind of try to keep moving. I think that that's key because it's very easy to just stop and start fighting bad guys, which is okay. But eventually you get to the point where you burn a bunch of rounds fighting the bad guys, the villain shows up, and then you got to defeat the villain, which is fine. But if you don't have the room that you need to be in found, or you haven't found what you need to find, and in our case, get back to the stairs, that's a problem, right? So I don't want to spend too much time running around looking for or fighting stuff. I want to try to keep progressing, which I kind of did not do as well as I should have in the previous play. So let's actually start, I think. We're going to start actually with Willow. All right, so this is Willow's starting hand. We've got Inspiring Chorus, Verse of Diversion, Rousing Finality, Braving the Dark, and A Merry Minstrel. So the biggest thing that we need to do is, I think the first thing we're going to start doing is this. This is the very first thing. So these merry music tokens, melody tokens, super important. So we're going to play that. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, I'm actually sitting like you guys think I'm sitting here, but if I'm actually sitting over on this side. So it's kind of weird for me. So let's just start with that. We're going to test we're going to test, in this case it's 3, because that is that character stat, which I believe is charisma, and we're going to see what happens. All right, so, okay. I guess I should have read you the card. For each success, you may place 1 melody token on a hero, character card, or enemy card, and then we do have this, so we are going to use that to exhaust it to do that secondary action. So I am looking forward to that. It's going to be a free action. Roll. Okay, so wow, that sucks. Kind of. It's only 2. We could make it 3. We're going to make it 3 by spinning that off of Willow. So that's going to be 3 melody tokens that we're going to get. That was a feat. Okay. So it was not an action. And we're going to get 1 focus back, so that'll be cool. 3 melody tokens. So we're going to put 2 on Gavin, and we're going to put 1 on Willow, and then we're going to exhaust this altar die to do the effect, which is going to be to let a character perform an action. Let's roll this. And we're going to get wind back out of it. Okay. I guess she's going to perform an action. I kind of want him to perform an action, but I don't think he can do that and open the door. That's the only thing. So I'd really like Gavin to open up this room. But I don't think that's going to work. All right, so this gets discarded. So let's just go ahead and do that. So this is a free action, and let's see. I don't think there's really any action. Oh yeah, we're going to use this aspiring chorus. Yep, we're going to use this as our action. That's going to be an action card, and we do have the again we do have the appropriate die and the altar. This is choose a hero within range. That hero may move up to 3 spaces and gain 1 melody token. And then each hero within range gains 1 armor token. All right, cool. So we're going to choose. I kind of wish I chose him now. She's going to move 1, 2, 3 and gain a melody token. So that's going to give now her 2, as well as Gavin. And then we're going to use this light to each hero within range. It's range 3, so that's both of them. Gains 1 armor token. So we've got an armor token. We're going to put these 1 on each hero's card, like so. Awesome. This card's going to be discarded because we just used it. As a roll, we got some dark. I'm going to use this to keep up with our actions. So that was 1 action. So we still have 2 actions left. So as a free action, just going to reveal the room. So, revealing the room, of course, is taking our feature deck. Going to shuffle it. All right. Well, okay. We'll just go with that one since that's the one that flipped up. What do we have? Oh, the coffin. All right. Where's that? The coffin. So it's going to go right here just like that. Activate. Each hero in this room must draw a lurker card, and then that lurker suffers 1 damage. Oh, that is horrible. Interact. We can search, then choose a discarded minion threat. Each minion threat with the same name, the chosen threat card suffers 2 damage. So as we burn through this would be much better. This card would have been, should have been shuffled. This would have been much better to get later after we had defeated some minions with the interact, because it would let us damage lots of minions. If at the same time if we defeated 1 and there was, there was a couple on the board and we had defeated 1, that's going to be free damage to the other ones that are out there, especially those that have a higher defensive value. But as it is, that is what we got. So I'm going to put this over here by her. Oops, you can't see it. Let's put that right here. So I'm going to put the coffin down here. Now remember, we're going to draw a quest card. Makeshift vault. I guess I should read that out. The enemy's vault is ahead. Motivation surges through you, knowing that answers must be at hand. What you seek is valuable, and here is where valuables look to be kept. Now it's just a matter of finding out just what exactly the enemy values. When revealed, attach this card to this room's feature card. Then each hero who does not control a clue card may move up to 3 spaces. Okay, cool. So we're going to attach that. Oh, activate effect. A hero adjacent to the attached feature may draw a clue card from the clue deck. Then if a hero takes control of a clue card and discards this, they discard. So this whole search deck, because I have actually played this on my own, is basically there's these clues, and you have to find 2 of the same clues to discard those to put the token on the search item, and that will put that quest token on the search card. So basically we have to find these 2 same items, and then once we found them, we can turn them in, put that on there, and then we get out. So the cool thing about this is this particular one does not say we have to beat the villain. So, I mean, we could fight him, her, I guess, but we don't necessarily have to if we can complete this, if we can find the clues. Now, the clues, we have to search several rooms to find 2 of the same, so it's not really a guaranteed thing, but it is potential. So we're going to draw 2 cards from our Raglander deck, and this is going to be the cards that we're going to spawn against each other, our threats. Remember, that is 1 threat assigned to each hero. When you reveal a room, so the first threat, of course it's going to be that, is going to be the feeding trough. Yay. Well, what does the feeding trough you do? Say, I can't, words. What does it do? So the 4 here tells us that it's going to take 4 progress to complete this. It's got a range of 1 that tells us when it triggers. We can interact with it for a task to try to get those progress on there to defeat it. If we trigger it, each minion card gains 1 threat token. And that doesn't matter if they're in the room or not. Activate. Each minion threat card gains a threat token. Each hero with no minion threat card in the threat area draws a threat. So this is the activate effect is going to be not only do we put more threat tokens out, it's also going to be if keep us in stock with minions. So we'll give that to Willow since she was the first one there. So that is the red one, the red trough. Now I do have so in the original game you just had these tokens, right? These tokens represented the trap, so you put it like right there, wherever it goes. I have all the stuff for this, and so I think it was Ruins of Arkenspire, they actually released a ton of minis that replace all the traps pretty much for everybody into custom traps. So this is the custom trap miniature for these guys. It has to go trap spawn adjacent to the room feature, as close to as many heroes as possible. So I think that would be right there. So that trap is in there. Also, I should put this here. There's technically a door here. If I could change this, I would probably either have these where they could move, these doors. This is not really a complaint, just a feature thing. Or I would have just had the arches and not had the doors, just because depending on where you're sitting at the table, and this is not just, when we're filming this is when you're playing, it can be very hard to see what's going on. So that is that. The second minion is going to be this Ragok Cannibal. You can see it's got 7 health. It's got 2 range, 4 movement, and it's going to gain armor and threat if we have armor and threat if we have out Earth. So that's going to go to Gavin. That is the yellow one. So the yellow one is going to go in the room. It's going to go right here. It's kind of hard to see, but that's the dark spot. So that's where it's going to go. Going to be coming in. So that is that action completed. I really don't want to be in that room, just because when this activates, it's going to make us draw lurker cards. So I kind of feel like, because when this coffin activates, we're going to have to draw lurker cards, and we don't want to have to draw a whole bunch of stuff if we don't have to. And kind of go up here and look in this room and maybe even this room, and then kind of like go around, further up this way, or this way through this door, and then into this room in the bottom there to come around to get into this one. Or actually, we can get into that one from there, so that may not be too bad. Let's do that. I think maybe I'm going to do that. So the next action is going to be Willow's action. So she's going to use an action to move. She was here, so that's 1, 2, 3. And then that was going to leave her with 1 action. And then 1, 2. That's just kind of dangerous, but I think I'm going to do it. Going to go ahead and open this room. So that happens. We draw another feature card, and this time the feature is the weapon rack. I like the weapon rack. The weapon rack can help us. Activate. A hero adjacent to this feature may deal 1 damage to an enemy in this room, so that's a good place to stand our ground. And of course, we have our regular test. So we're going to grab the weapon rack, and it is going to go right here. Where's the dark space in this room? The dark space is right here. Just barely can see it. Let's draw the quest card. Mystical Aura. Oops, sorry. You can feel the presence of something arcane here. It's pulling you, telling you that the item you seek is nearby. Everything in the room looks mundane and devoid of enchantment, but the air that hangs heavy around the furnishings assure you that old power courses through and thrives through the ground beneath your feet. Attach this card to this room's feature card. Each hero may discard 1 focus and change an altar die to a result of their choice. I think we're good with Ultra Pool. Activate the standard activate for the clues. And we're going to give Willow this first one as well. Okay, well, we have seen this guy. This is the green Ragot Cannibal. Here he is, and he is going to spawn right there. And then the one that's going to be assigned to Gavin. Wow, okay. Well, I guess it was just meant to be. It's going to be the other Ragot Cannibal. That is not good. That is... We're going to put him... we're going to put him... I guess he's going to go like right there. So there's 2 of them hanging around in there, I guess. Ugh. I guess she's going to move in there. I think she's going to draw a card. That's what she's going to do. She draws Battle Hymn. It's going to attack card. Before the attack, you may discard 1 melody token to add. Okay. Uses dark, move up to 3 spaces, or deal 1 damage to an enemy within range, and that range is 4. So that's cool. It's a lot of move for free damage. I like that. And that is all of her actions. So remember, at the end of each hero's round, and I actually usually forget this, but somehow I managed to remember that, we get to draw a card. She gains Inspiring Chorus. Choose a hero within range. That hero may move up to 3 spaces and gain a melody token. We've just seen this card, right? So she's got 5 cards in her hand. Actually, you know what I didn't do, and I should have. I should have looked at her. We're gonna go and look at her cards right quick because she does have options on her items here. So let's just go to the hero boards here and take a look. So here's what we're going to do. So from the altar pool, we're going to use her songs from the home. Oops, I can't really see that very well. We're going to use the songs from the home. That is going to let us place a melody token on a hero character or an enemy. Also, we're going to use the water on her loot, on her bury loot, to activate that. That's going to let somebody gain focus. So we're going to do that. And I think that's really all she can do. So, yep. So place a melody token on a hero character card or an enemy card. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to place this token right there on that Ragok Cannibal. Okay, so we'll need to re-roll that. And then choose a hero within range to gain 2 focus. Also, just as a side note, the way that I keep up with what's been activated and not is I actually use these progress tokens. So that tells me that I've used those. A character within range to gain 2 focus. She only has 1. I think Ulrich is going to be the one to get it. Because he's going to need... He's got a little bit more health, but hopefully that will help him make some more successful hits against these guys when they start coming. Alright, cool. And I should have used her bury loot as an action. I failed to do that. And we're going to re-roll these. This is our pool. Oh, I just knocked the door, fell in. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Wrong die. Where's the water one? No, just these 2. Here we go. Alright, so we got some flame and some earth. Okay. We do have night. Maybe we can do something to change that because we do not want that for the altar of disease. Who is next? It is Gavin. Unfortunately, he doesn't have... let's get him set here. He's got 3 actions. He doesn't really... A lot of... he's got some actions, but not a whole lot. So first thing we're going to play is Devoted Leader. Alright. So this is going to let us do a charisma test. For each success, choose a hero within range to gain an inspiration. Each hero within range may discard 1 inspiration to deal 1 damage to adjacent. So I kind of don't like the fact that that's not giving me inspiration. I'm going to not get to use that extra damage. You know what? I may wait then. He's going to have some pretty boring moves, to be honest with you. Let's put this over here. There we go. So his first action is going to be to move 1, 2, 3. That leaves him with 2 actions. Second action is going to be 1, 2, 3. Basically trying to get him up here where he can fight those guys. That leaves him with 1 action. Now, he's going to use one of his melody tokens. And he's going to use his Illuminary Pendant, which is actually going to benefit both of them. So let's take a look at that right quick. So his Illuminary Pendant is going to... each hero within range gains 1 inspiration. We're going to use this as the rune that we need to exhaust that, because that is not currently in the pool. So, boom. We've used that melody token. So both characters, because it says each hero within range, and the range is 5 as denoted by the card, are going to get an inspiration token. That is his 3. So now we have completed all of the hero turns. So now we flip this over, And we do the threat turn, followed by the villain turn, followed by the quest turn. So, threat turn. We activate the threats in the hero's areas in any order we want. Let's start with Gavin, because Gavin doesn't have that trough on him, because that trough is going to add some stuff to some things that we don't want to add it to. So, yellow Rygok is going to activate. That is this one here. And it is, these are all the same. So, engage, and then if unable to engage and inflict, then engage and gain a threat token. So, engage means it's going to move towards the closest hero. So, it's got 4. Closest hero is Willow. So, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, because it can't make it to her with a range of 2, can't hit. So it's going to move, engage, and then gain a threat token. So we're going to put this threat token on it. This is the yellow one. Boom. Threat token on. All right. The blue is going to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. It can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can get close to Gavin, so it's going to engage, and then it's going to inflict 5. Now remember, inflict is not resist, so we will be able to use focus on this. But yeah, so it's 5. It's doing the red ability, which fortunately for us is actually Gavin's best ability. So let's see what he rolls. 3. All right, so it's a 3. So it's going to negate, out of the 5, it's going to negate 3 of those. He has an armor of 1. That's 4 negations. He would take 1. He does have 1 armor. So that armor is going to go away. So he's going to take no damage on that one. Oh, you know what? On the first one that we did, the yellow one, there was this symbol's in the pool. And that is a symbol they can exhaust to gain 1 armor token and 1 threat token. So we do need to do that. So that yellow one just got 2 threat tokens and an armor. Blue goes. Nothing happens there. The green goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He can actually go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is within 2 and has line of sight. Let's turn Gavin this way to face them. That stinks. Yep, same thing's going to happen again. Fortunately for us. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing this wrong. So the yellow moved, the blue moved. Yep. Before we activate him, we actually have to activate this trough. Each minion threat card gains 1 threat token. Each hero with no minion threat card in their threat area. Okay, so now they're all going to gain a threat token. Also, gosh, I forgot about the threat tokens. So the threat tokens for the Raglanders, each time they would activate, if they're in a room, any hero that's in that, each hero that's in that room, character in that room, I'll look that up, that each character has to do a resist test. So he actually would have had to do a resist test of 1, which he's going to pass, on the yellow. Nope. Yellow didn't have 1. No, nobody had to do a resist test. Okay, cool. That's why I did that. I knew there was a reason I did that. So everybody got their threat tokens, but the green is going to move. But because the green moved after the altar activated, he is going to have to do a resist test for that. So there's boom, boom. There's 2 successes. We only needed 1 and a focus. He's going to gain the focus. So now it's 4 focus, which is pretty good. Remember, there's a max of 5 on that. And it's going to attack with another inflict 5. He's got 3 dice. Oof. He'll use 2 of the focus to do 1, 2, 3. That's 4. And then he's got 1 armor, so that blocks the damage, so he takes no damage. Villain turn. Activate. Each hero must either discard 1 armor token or do a resist test of their blue skill. Willow's going to discard an armor token. Gavin has no armor, so he's going to have to do a resist test using 2 dice against a 3. Uh-oh. And resist, we can't use supply on. Oh, gosh. Oops. There's 1, 2. And we need 1 more. I could just take 1. It's just 1 damage, and he gained another focus back, which could be useful later. So I think he's going to do that. You can go ahead and take the 1 damage. Boom. He takes the 1 damage. Now we draw a villain card. That was a villain turn. That was the villain's card activates, then we draw a villain card. Remember, this is a timer for Gert to come out. Weight of Leadership. It's an event. Each minion moves up to 3 spaces toward the nearest character, then each character adjacent to an enemy must inflict 5. If there are no minion in play, each hero must draw 1 lurker card. Now, I may be playing this wrong, but here's my when minions move, they get to the maximum range away as they can to the closest character. I would argue, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I would argue that would mean that these 2, because they're already 2 away, would not move any closer because they prefer not to get that close. This guy would move up to 3 spaces. So 1, 2, 3. So he would move, which would make Willow be attacked. But the other 2, no. Then each character adjacent to an enemy. So I would say nobody gets attacked. I could be playing that wrong. If I'm playing that wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm assuming that they're following the same movement rules that they would normally follow. So that's what I'm going with. That takes care of the villain turns. Now we have the quest turn. So, what does the quest turn involve? Well, altars activate. So the altar disease activates first. This altar disease sucks. I'm going to show you this. We won't show you this every time, but I'll show you the first time. We have to roll all of the non-dark altar die, which is 4 out of the 5. Then each hero may discard 1 card to change an altar die to a result. Each hero in the altar's room may suffer damage. We don't have any of those. Now, normally we would activate any dark if there was dark there, but remember we have the mysterious stone that's going to keep us from doing that. So basically, it's going to force us to reroll our pool to have stuff that's potentially not nearly as good to use, and that's exactly what happens. So there's our pool. Each hero, so then we activate this. Each hero in this room must draw a lurker card, and then that lurker suffers damage. Hey, guess what? Nobody's in there. Giggity giggity. That's what we tried to do. Then weapon rack. Oh, sorry. Then we activate the quest card. Nobody's in here. They're not adjacent. There's nobody adjacent to the weapon rack. So neither one of its 2 activate functions happen. And that completes the quest turn.